Camera's hot, mics are hot, and this is episode 221 of the No Hangover Podcast. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, rate, follow across all our platforms. We're on YouTube, we're on Spotify, we're on Apple Podcasts. Make sure you follow us on socials, on Instagram at No Hangover, and on TikTok at No_Hangover. Like I said, like, subscribe, comment, rate. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you don't like. If you think I'm smart, if you think I'm an asshole, let me know, and we'll go back and forth in the comments a little bit. Got another guest today. If you're in the Orlando area, in the music scene, I'm sure you know who he is. If not, go ahead and introduce yourself, man.
Yeah, it's your boy R4 Chapman.
What's good, brother?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How you doing?
Not much. I definitely want to appreciate you for having me.
Yeah, no problem.
And you
man.
said this is episode 221. 221.
Yeah,
That's lit.
yeah.
Congratulations
Thank
on
you,
that.
man. Thank you. Yeah, it's
that's the move for sure.
It's been a labor of love for sure. It's been a lot of ups and downs, but we're here, so we're making shit happen. But yeah, I mean, likewise, I appreciate you taking time out and reaching out to me and getting on the podcast. So
no, for sure. I definitely appreciate you for having me.
Yeah, man. So I mean, let's get right into it. I'm somewhat new into the music scene in Orlando and things like that. So for as you kind of start diving into a certain field or whatever, you start seeing people who are doing things, the people who are making things move, who have influence and things like that. It seems to be that you have a lot of influence and a lot of impact on the music scene in Orlando. How'd you get to that point?
Just being myself.
Shit.
Just being myself. A lot of cool relationships and stating my opinion.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of times people they pick and choose when they want to state their opinion, or they want to say certain things, and I'm just going around like being like an asshole or just saying, "Oh, bro, your music trash," and nothing like that. But just me being myself, kind of just pushed myself into I guess not to say the spotlight, but just me being myself.
Yeah.
So it's just like now people pay attention to my word or how I feel or when I'm thinking more, just because I'm just literally just being myself.
Yeah.
Just telling people how I feel about certain things.
For sure. I mean, I feel like, authenticity takes you a long way, especially in a world full of people who are inauthentic. And like you said, just, looking to say some shit just to get some attention.
Yeah.
And shit like that. So.
And that be the thing too. People sometimes they be like, they mix it up as into like I say things for attention. Like I really don't. I say things just because this is how I feel, and it just gets attention.
Yeah.
And then once it gets attention, then people be like, "Oh, you just stirring the pot, or you just doing clump." I'm like, "No, I just felt like this." You know what I'm saying? Like, this is how I felt. This is what I was thinking at this time. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of times where I'll say something or I'll post something and I'll go to sleep.
Not even think about that.
You know what I'm saying? I go to sleep, wake up, and I look at my phone going crazy. I'm like, oh yeah, I didn't post that a couple hours ago. Oh yeah. And I'm like, what? Like, that's just literally how I am. It ain't like the most thought to it, or I'm writing down, doing homework. No, this is how I feel. This is what I'm thinking. You know what I mean? And then I just say say how I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that'll do it. A lot of people, people, I feel like a lot of people are scared to say what they feel, or kind of are worried about how it's going to be received and things like that. And I kind of fall in that same space. Like, I say things and, I believe what I'm saying, whether you think it's right or not is a different thing. But, I believe what I say. And, again, that can either, stir people in a good way and get the emotion going in a good way, or get people pissed off of you so quick. And you're like, damn, like, I wouldn't even like that.
No, fact. And that's one thing I just realized too, people quote unquote get me. I even see people don't really even be mad at me about a lot of the different things. I just realized some people use it for promotion.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So sometimes people will disagree or say something just to start a conversation with me.
Yeah.
And I have no problem with that, because that's one thing I'm huge on. I like having conversations. You know what I'm saying? Just because I feel how I feel, you feel how you feel, don't mean that we got to be enemies. We just don't agree, and we're having a conversation. I feel a lot of times in this generation and in society with, you know, social media and everything like that, people don't really know how to have conversations anymore. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So especially on social media, because it's really just about clapping back and trying to, you know, get that mic drop moment instead of like listening to understand instead of listening to respond. Yeah. Like, all right, I hear you. Like, bet I agree with that. I got nothing to add to that. Or, you know what? Like, that don't really sit with me. This is why I don't sit with me. Yeah. But like, and like, you know, that's a big reason why I started this podcast was, you know, it started back in 2019, 2020-ish. So that was, you know, there's a lot of division at that point, you know, with the politics and COVID and this and that. So, you know, part of the reason I started is because, you know, it was me and a few of my friends, and we just wanted to show that we could have conversations about things that we might disagree on, but there's no hangover from past conversations. Facts. Like, we can keep it going. It's all love. Like, I might not agree with you on this, but like, we don't gotta hate each other for it. So, and one of the things I don't like is quote unquote, what's it, like, yes men, or like people just saying anything, or, you know what I'm saying, just to make me feel, nah, bro, like, say something. Like, if you feel, if my elbow's ashy, bro, and you supposed to be my friend, say, hey, let me know, dog. Bro, your elbows is ashy and shit right now, bro. What's got going on? Like, hey, I appreciate that. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Good looking out. Thank you. Like, please let me know. You know what I'm saying? If I try to go talk to somebody and I'm like, oh man, why you ain't say nothing? Bro, that's like that person. Nah, bro. Like, say something, speak. You know what I'm saying? Like, even with like people in like quote unquote like my circle, I don't like quiet people. I like people where you ain't got to be loud or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, even like now, as in public, am I looking for you to be the center of attention? No. You know what I'm saying? But like when we're in our group, in our own closed environments, you know what I'm saying? Speak. Let me know what you think. You know what I'm saying? Like, sure. what's your mindset? You know what I'm saying? How you feel? I would like to know. You know what I'm saying? So I can even start thinking how you think. You know what I mean? That's one of the cool things about me growing up. I gravitated and I got to meet a lot of different people from a lot of different walks of life. White, black, Spanish, Guyanese, Asian, whatever like that. You know what I'm saying? So me just being myself, I got to learn a lot about a lot of different people. You know what I'm saying? So just because me being African American and how I'm thinking and how my circle of people, you know what I'm saying, and whatever, to say, if it's in class, let's say like on a football team, how we're thinking on the football team is probably way different how they think in the third period. For sure. You know what I'm saying? And then what they think in third period is different from what they thinking about, you know what I'm saying, on the weekends with my friends who I'm hanging out with on the weekend. You know what I'm saying? So I like to meet different people, you know what I'm saying? So when you get to maneuver and meet a lot of different people, you're gonna always know that your opinion isn't always top, and what you say ain't law. You know what I'm saying? So, but being able to have a conversation with different people, you're going to be able to learn a lot more. And then now when you learning more and you hearing different things, now you can go back to who you might hang out with more and be like, hey, nah, bro, you know, bring the knowledge. You know what I'm saying? You know, that ain't what's going on. This is going on over here. You know what I'm saying? Some people ain't going to agree with it. Some people going to agree with it. Some people going to like it. Some people not going to like it. So, yeah. Well, I think part of it too is, you know, kind of what you're saying. I feel like people are scared to be critiqued. And I feel like people nowadays more so than ever are like, I don't know if it's scared or just don't want to be wrong. Like, it's like, you know, they want to clinch to that opinion, and no matter what facts change or what changes, they just are going to die on that hill. And it's like, well, what does that do for you? Like, nothing. It's okay to, I feel, being wrong and, you know, taking L's, that's where you grow more. That's where you learn more. If you are in your own world of delusion, you just think everything you're doing is right and everything else is wrong, then that's just that's a hindrance to yourself. Facts. And also too, with like quote unquote L's, like, it's really lessons. Like, it's not like some people, you can look at it how you want to look at it, but like, even with being in business, and I just realized just through the process and through the journey and the learning the lessons and everything like that, I really wouldn't change much. There's a few things that I would probably change, like, okay, I wish I'd have probably did this and not that, but I don't like sit there and like soak on it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, cool, learn from that. All right, bet. And you get to learn. And then you see with life, you know what I'm saying? Life is about learning and learning and learning and learning. You're never going to know everything. You're never not going to be able to know too much.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if you get to learn and take your lessons early to where like most people who, and like how I, like the direction I see where God is taking me and he's in ways like that, and the way most people who like the way they're living, I'm like, that's the direction I want to go. That's where I want to be. They're older, you know what I'm saying? And then I'm looking at them and I'm learning from them, you know what I'm saying, from far or close or etc. And I'm sitting there like, okay, learning. All right, boom. All right, cool. But you have to keep on going. If you are scared to make mistakes, you're not going to, you know what I'm saying?
I jumped out in the same spot.
You got to jump out there in that water.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You have to jump out there in that water. If you don't jump out there in that water, you're just going to stay like, well, I'm just going to wait till my money gets right, or I'm going to wait till the right opportunity. I'm going to wait for the right time. And you don't even understand that. Like,
you're going to be waiting forever.
You're going to wait forever.
Yeah.
Because quote, it's never going to be the perfect time. It might be like where it might be an opportunity where like, all right, it might be an event or a meeting or somewhere to go to. You like, man, I don't want to go there because, you know, this might not be the right time, or you just second guessing yourself, not knowing you might meet somebody in a parking lot who might be your future business partner.
Yeah.
But if you don't even go to the event or go to the meeting,
you're never gonna know.
You'll never know. And you're never gonna probably run across that person again because they might live in Lake Nona and you live over in Ocoee.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Never cross.
Y'all are not in the same circles. Y'all don't know each other from the can of paint. Y'all didn't grow up with each other. You didn't go to school with each other. You know what I'm saying?
You grew up in Orlando?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Same, so.
Yeah. I went to Olympian Dr. Phillips.
Bet. Yeah. I was over here in Winter Park in Lake Howell. So
Okay. Yeah. That part, for sure.
Played football there. You know, I grew up, you know, I lived in different areas, and then once my mom and my stepdad got married, that's kind of where they settled in.
Yeah.
So I was there growing up, and then, you know, went to school in Virginia for a little bit, lived up in Pennsylvania. So, you know, I feel like getting out of the state a little bit and kind of getting out of your comfort zone, especially for me, you know, it gave me a different level of appreciation from, you know, where I'm from, and it gave me a different, you know, type of love that I felt for, you know, from where I'm from. So it definitely, you know, if you ever get the opportunity to move out of the state, you know, get out of your comfort zone, fucking take that opportunity. Cause
that's what I did was, so one of me and my, real close friends, right? So, his dad owns every Papa John's and Qdoba's, and it's in Orlando for sure, but it expanded past just Orlando, right? So it's like over like 130 different units, right? Yeah. So 10 years ago, they were talking about getting into the medical marijuana industry, right?
Yeah, that's around that time.
Yeah, I mean, so that was like literally like 10 years ago. So I've been knowing him since I was like, well, Pop Warner was like 7th grade type of situation.
Something like that, yeah.
So, long story short was we moved to Denver. So we moved to Denver and we were just learning about the industry and just meeting different people. But that's when, like, I got away type of situation, right? So I lived in Tampa, Gainesville.
Yeah,
and all
but it's still Florida.
Yeah, right. Yeah. But when I moved to Denver, a lot of things opened up. Yeah. But then when it didn't pass, the law didn't pass, it felt like we got to come back. So then that's when I started the brand. But if I didn't move away and, you know what I'm saying, just get out my comfort zone.
Yeah. What brand is that?
The new West Atlanta brand, the AWO.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's a shirt.
Yeah.
So I mean, so what is that? I mean, I've seen a little bit of it. You know, I mean, I saw that, you know, entertainment group, things like that. You know, kind of how did that come about, and like what is it exactly?
Yeah. So basically, all right. So me being from the West Side, right? Yeah. I feel like the West Side has a little dark cloud over it, where people, when they hear West Orlando, they don't think the most.
Yeah, they don't think the highest things of it.
Yeah, they don't think the highest things of it, right? But I was like, man, it's a new generation, you know what I'm saying? It's a new vibe, new energy. You know what I mean? A lot of good coming about, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, shoot, like I went to Olympian Dr. Phillips, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, my friends who live in Ellsworth, that's the West Side. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's nice as fuck.
Yeah, that's nice as hell. You know what I'm saying?
Tiger Woods, Shaq living over there.
That's super nice. You know what I mean? So a lot of different people still knowing different walks of life. I'm like, what's going on over here is not going over there, but it's still the West Side.
General
so I'm like,
area,
man, we ain't on that. We changing. I said, bro, I said, this is NWO. I said, this is the new West Orlando, right? So I trademarked that 10 years ago. So that was the brand NWO. You know, it's New West Orlando. So I had a store in the Magic Mall, hats, hoodies, etc. All the different type of vibes like that. So that's what NWO comes from. But then the brand took off so fast. A lot of my friends and different people who are from the East Side or South Side, they were like, Chap, I love what you're doing, but I'm not from the West Side. I'm like, you're right. This isn't like a limited type of vibe. It's for everybody. Yeah. So then I also trademarked Orlando vs. the World. So I started Orlando vs. the World during like COVID, because when I feel like the whole world was shut down besides Orlando. I'm like everywhere was shut down besides Orlando. I'm like, man, I was like, it's Orlando vs. the World for real. And my dad's from Detroit, and Detroit versus everybody been going on forever.
Yeah, you know I got one of my best friends. His dad's from Detroit.
Yeah. So that's how the whole vibe came about. You know what I'm saying, with New West Orlando vs. the World, different type of vibe. So now, then it like I said, the brand grew so much to where different people walks of life, to where we have the foundation. So we have the New West Orlando Foundation, a 501c3. We do like toy drives, feed the homeless, all the community type of work. Yeah. And then also too, we have the entertainment side. You know what I'm saying? So we have the NWO ENT. So that's like the music, the podcast, the events, and all them different type of vibes like that as well.
Man, I mean, and you know, someone that's from Orlando, I feel like, you know, that's a great thing. You know, seeing somebody that, you know, also from Orlando, that, you know, takes pride in their community, and, you know, is, you know, trying to do more and trying to uplift the community instead of, you know, because from the little that I know, like I said, I've only really been like 6 months that I've kind of, you know, dipped into the rap scene a little bit, but it does seem like there's a lot of division. There's, you know, the common thing that I, you know, keep on hearing is, you know, it's kind of every man for themselves, and there's not really like a unified, like, we're from Orlando, we got to put on, like, you know, you see people from Atlanta or from Miami or from LA or from even New York and things like that, where, you know, they might have their little beefs within, but like when it, you know, to the world, it's like, it's, you know, like you said, us against the world, you know, Atlanta against the world, you know, and that kind of seems to be the issue that I see as far as, you know, just rappers and why Orlando isn't much bigger, because it's not like the talent's not there.
No, facts. And you're right. And what I feel like it is because Orlando haven't seen much on the entertainment side of things outside of course, Disney, Nickelodeon, Backstreet Boys, vibe like that.
Yeah, mainstream shit.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So in New York, like all the cities you name, they seen that money. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So they know how to, hey, bro, that ain't about nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, they can squash some stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, say, like in Atlanta, you have people from, we can name people from days. You know what I'm saying? Let's say if it's somebody like Jermaine Dupri, right? Yeah. Jermaine Dupri, he has family. So imagine Jermaine Dupri's cousin. Then you have Future's nephew. You know what I'm saying? Then you have Tyler Perry's baby mama. You know what I'm saying? Then you have, you know what I'm saying? The line just goes all over down the thing. Then you have, you know what I'm saying, let's say New York. Then you have somebody like, oh, my dad owns, you know what I'm saying, blah, blah.
Such and such place,
And it just keeps going on and on, type of situation like that. So I feel like on the entertainment side of things, that's Orlando, you know what I'm saying, where Orlando hasn't seen much. Yeah. Now, Orlando in general, as business-wise, is through the roof. Yeah. You know
I feel like especially now, because, I mean, one thing that I noticed that a lot of people in Orlando don't really pay attention to what's going on in Orlando, like as far as like the type of people that are coming in, the new money that's coming in, the renovations that are coming to like all parts of Orlando, and I feel like that's also kind of a handicap to, you know, and to keep it in this conversation to like rappers and artists that are trying to come up and make it, is like, well, you got to know what's going on in your city too, and you got to be tapped in, because, you know, again, there is a lot of people moving from New York, from Chicago, from LA with money, and seeing that Orlando is to me, it's always kind of been a place that is not, it's too big to be considered a small town, but it's too small to be considered a big city. Like we're right on that fringe, and I feel like a lot of people with money now are starting to see that and are starting to come in here and put their roots into Orlando. Like I said, whether it's with renovations or bringing up different parts of the city or things like that, or business ventures and things like that. So I feel like right now, if you're an artist, if you're podcaster, if you're this, like now is the time really to get tapped in, because in the next couple years that's just gonna turn up.
And the crazy thing is, next few months, brother,
bro,
last year it was 75 million people that came
through
in,
here.
You know what I'm saying? Orlando, we always been like the number one tourist attraction in the country. You know what I'm saying? So with that, it's like it's a melting pot. There's people coming in from Boston, people coming in from New York. Like that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? So of the locals of Orlando, the locals are losing grasp of the city faster than they know that they're losing, because there's people that's coming in with bags. You know what I'm saying? Like what what people saying nowadays, like the sharks are here
for real,
and they're they're setting up shop. You know what I'm saying? But one of the cool things is with a lot of them is they're not coming in like quote unquote they're not coming in quote unquote like bullying it. You know what I'm saying? Like let's say if somebody from Orlando, you can't go up to Chicago and like just take over without tapping in with Chicago. You can't just go to LA and just take over LA without tapping in with it is structure. You just can't do it. You know what I'm saying? But there's people that's coming in from other places and they're being able to take over in different kind of ways because we're so in competition with each other. And we're not realizing
that tunnel vision. You start getting that tunnel vision.
You know what I'm saying? You like, oh, you from here, blah, blah. You talking about east side, west side, blah, blah, blah. When you like, what they are doing over on our drive right now? You know
with the canopy and shit?
You know what I'm saying?
Man, like, that's just gonna be wild.
It's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's so much land and different things, like how Lake Nona built up. You know what I'm saying? And like St. Cloud and you know what I'm saying? And we're Claremont and all the different areas that are expanding so much, and there's so many different lanes. People are like, even with the artists, I tell artists who I have conversations with, I'm like, don't just look at yourself as an artist. You know what I'm saying? There has to be more. Look at yourself as a brand and like a resource to, you know what I'm saying? Because there might be a room that you are get an opportunity to be in, but that room isn't for you to be an artist. Nobody's here to ask you to rap or freestyle or play your music.
Business now.
You know what I'm saying? It might be a situation where you listening to it be like, oh, okay, they finna open up what? They finna do. All right. But your dad might own something. You know what I'm saying? He might be a roofer. You know what I'm saying? You might know somebody whose mama might own who do embroidery. You know what I'm saying? And you can get a contract with Disney now because they finna open this up, but you're still like over there in the corner freestyling. You be like, bro, what are you doing? Like you over there just rapping. You not listening to what's going on because you're just so in tune to just being an artist. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you can do a lot more than just be that. Now, when it comes back around and now you get the opportunity to shake this person's hand, like, okay, so what do? You know what I'm saying? I always tell people, like, for instance, like if somebody sit there and say, all right, Chapman, I don't wear t-shirts and I don't go downtown, why should I be in tune? I don't listen to hip hop. I don't like, why should I give you my number? Why should we link up? All right, well, cool. You know what I'm saying? Well, I got my nonprofit organization, we do community work, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? I have a podcast, you know what I'm saying? Boom, I do this. Give it more than just one option.
You gotta be layered. You gotta be layered.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Just to wherever, like, to where any different lane after I speak and we had a conversation and it's a good vibe. If it's like, West just don't fit for me. Okay, well, that's fine. Because I know I gave myself more options or more opportunities, and I know for a fact God didn't want us to link for some kind of reason. I'm not just coming in like, well, I do parties. Like, he said like this, like, well, son, I'm 53 years old. I'm kind of old.
I don't party no more.
Yeah, I don't party anymore. Like, you know what I'm saying? He be like, oh wow, like, dang, I did just offer him. Do he want to buy a section downtown? Like, you just blew that.
Yeah, I mean, you have to know who you're talking to.
Yeah.
And also, I mean, on top of that, you got to know how to talk to them.
Yes.
I mean, you can know that you're talking to, owner of this company or CEO of this thing, but like if you don't know how to talk to them in their language, how to approach them, what's going to make them, perk up and interested, then it's, again, that's just a waste of time. So I mean, to your point, like especially nowadays, you have to be layered. You can't just be one thing anymore. You have to, be all of it, or get a good team around you that's going to be able to help you and build you up and get you in that right direction. So I mean,
that's a fact. That's a fact. That's what, like, even with a team, right? So my team is, people think I have like this big team. My team is my mom, right?
Yeah.
So one thing I love about how my mom, she will keep me so humble. Even to where I would never I've never been like a big headed person,
yeah.
But my mom, she will.
The moment you do,
oh my gosh, what? Like I'm talking about, like Mom Duke, she stay on top of me.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. She stays on top. She give me tell me certain things. Like, okay, you're doing this good or doing that good, but fast. You know what I'm saying. So that's one thing I love about my mom. Like she stays on top of me. You know what I'm saying. Like, you need to do this. You need to do that. You need to fix this. You need to fix that. You know what I mean? Yeah. On different situations. So that's one thing, like with that team, where some people think that you need this huge team.
Nah.
Now, where the brand has grown, yeah. So now that's why I'm start linking up with more people. Now I have close friends and people who like help me out a lot in a lot of different ways. But like on paperwork, as a team wise, you know what I'm saying? It's my mom. But yeah, like. She believed in the brand harder than I believed in the brand. You know what I'm saying? When I was starting off and everything like that, she's the one who trademark, and she makes sure my sales tax is paid and different things. I might be outside hanging out, boom, turned up, you know what I'm saying? Drinking or something like that, and then I get a text talking about, oh, your sales tax just sent over. I'm like, all right, let me tighten up. I'm okay. let me tighten up. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, okay. Let me get right on. You know what I'm saying? So that's a different thing. I definitely appreciate my mom along with.
Yeah, I mean, that's important. Having good people around you, like you said, not having yes men around you, people who are gonna tell you what's up, whether you want to hear that shit or not. Because again, that's how you grow. That's how you kind of figure out what it is that you're gonna do. Because if you're just going crazy, just going in every which direction, then you miss stuff like time to pay your taxes, or you got to renew your LLC, or you got to do things like that. So it's having that person, even if it's one person on top of you like that, man. I mean, it makes the world a difference. Like it seems like So I mean that
and also too with having like say like I like my cousin Ricky, you know what I'm saying, Rick, you know what I'm saying, Andrea, like I have some real deal solid people who like. I know I don't know everything. You know what I'm saying? If I might say something or I might post something or something like that, and then somebody in my close circle, you know what I'm saying, hit me up or reach me like, hey, Chap, oh yeah, bet, boom, okay, I'm gonna take that down. You're right. You know what I'm saying? It might be something as simple as a like a flyer. If I post a flyer and they be like, hey, you should change this. Oh yeah, bet. Ain't no what No. You know what I'm saying? So that's why like with a lot of different things is where like I have people who close to me who I really like admire. Like somebody like DJ D Strong, right? So me and D Strong, like that's family. I love D Strong, you know what I'm saying? To where if it don't matter what time of the day, hour, whatever like that, if anytime D Strong ever hit me up and he says I need to do this or need to do that type of thing, I'm going to do it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why like you just got to have them people who like you real deal, like, you know what I'm saying, close to you for sure.
For sure. So, I mean, going into more of the music part and the entertainment part, what, kind of, I mean, how did that come about? Like what, like, you said that, started with the brand, you're tapped in, things like that. How did it turn in from, we're just doing clothes to, okay, now we're getting artists to now, like, we're promoting these artists to now, like, we're kind of like a media outlet in a sense. What was the gradual progression of that?
It was, I ain't gonna lie, it wasn't even like nothing like,
like, was that the intent behind it?
No, I ain't gonna tell you the truth. It was because it was like this, right? So when I was in Tampa, right? So I moved to Tampa and I started doing club promotion, right? So I started doing club promotion and different type of vibe like that. So then when I came back to Orlando. So when I came back to Orlando, me and my boy J.R. Andrews, we start doing different parties, right? So we doing parties. But I had the brand, my merch. So I'm like, all right, I want to promote my merch for my parties. So I didn't come in as I wanted to be a club promoter. I wanted to come in to promote my brand. Yeah. So I'm like, all right, I want to wear my shirts to the parties. Yeah. So when I did that, and it just, from me just being myself and knowing people, I'm like, all right, well then start meeting all the DJs. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But when I'm coming in, I'm not coming in to worry about just the party. I want to meet the club owner. I want to meet the bartenders.
You're going in there to do business, essentially.
Yeah, I want to meet everybody. You know what I'm saying? Just to build that relationship. Yeah. So I start just meeting everybody. You know what I'm saying? But then a lot of the people I already know because I have always just been myself. So just me meeting everybody in different type of ways. Then it was like somebody like, okay, I might know like, hey, they're doing music. They're like, well, Chap, I want to get my music played in the club, but I don't know no DJs. Yeah. Well, I know tons of DJs. You know what I'm saying? Like that's that. All right, cool. So then there might be a female to her. She's like, hey, I want to start, being a bartender or hosting parties. All right, well, come on to the thing. I'll introduce you to the manager. Yeah. All right, boom. And then it just vibes like that. And just through the years of just being myself, it just grew and grew and grew to where it is now. It is like where people look at me for different resources or relationships and different vibes like that. So that's how it came. It wasn't like no structure. There wasn't no like I always had a vision and dream for this or I went to school for this. Nothing at all. It just I always just been myself, and then it just became up to the next. You look up, you're like, oh, that's out for Chapman. You know what I mean?
How important is that face-to-face connection for you? Like when you're going to an event or promoting or whatever, like how important is it to, shake someone's hand and especially in a world where social media is so, obviously, social media presence is so strong and things like that.
I ain't gonna lie, that's like the icing on the cake. I know for a fact just how my energy and my vibes is. I'm going to be able to win over the right people. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Just because it's just genuine. I'm just myself. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to be nobody. I'm not. I'm not an arrogant person or anything like that. So if anybody who like sees something on social media and then they're like, oh, okay, I like what you got going on. Meeting them in person, it's over with. We good. You know what I'm saying? Or if it's vice versa, if I meet them in person and they don't know me from a can of paint, I know we're gonna be locked in because just who I am. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Bring, the energy and the vibe that I bring. So I know once that face to face vibe, if it's meant to be, you know what I'm saying, 8 times out of 10, it's gonna like, all right, but we
8% is a good closing rate.
Yeah, no facts. I ain't gonna lie. Like, it's gonna be we gonna be locked in. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, it hasn't been a time really where I met with somebody or I talked with somebody and they be like, that kid's energy off, or I don't know about that. You know
has there been a time where you felt like that towards somebody?
Yeah, for sure. And the thing too, what I had to realize is to where certain gifts, right? So where I had to realize if I have the blueprint or I have the playbook, I don't have to always speak on certain situations, sure. Right? Yeah. So if I meet somebody or I see somebody or I might know somebody like, okay, this person is a snake. That person is a good person. That person is green. This person is an asshole. I don't have to always walk around and say, you're an asshole. Leave me alone. I don't got to do that. Yeah. If I already know, I know how to maneuver. You know what I'm saying? So if I know how to maneuver through the crowd or through the vibes, I don't have to always verbally speak on certain things. Yeah. So just maturity and things like that came to a point to where I had to realize I don't have to speak on everything. You know what I'm saying? If it's like one of the situations to where like, well, I'm gonna treat everybody with respect. Like no matter what, if I feel like you're an asshole, like I'm still gonna give you the utmost respect all the way around. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I just be myself. You know what I'm saying? Good energy. You know what I'm saying? Pray. I talk with God a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like anoint my head. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So just different vibes like that to where like, that protection, you know what I'm saying, on different situations like that. So definitely heavy on like prayer and spiritual, you know what I'm saying, vibes like that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a firm believer in, believe in something. It could be religion, it could be spirituality, it could be the stars and astrology or whatever it is. But I feel like, especially in, there's so much different shit going on, and there's so much information coming in and out, and so much shit going on that, if you don't believe in something, it's easy to get caught up in the rat race and easy to be like, well, then what's the point? Like, why am I even doing this? Like, things like that. So I, big believer in, don't care what you believe in, just believe in something, because it's on those tough days, and everybody has them. That's the type of shit that's gonna get you through. And that's the kind of, when things aren't making sense, and why is this happening right now? Like, I had this planned out, everything worked out, and then it just all falls through. On those days, that's what's gonna be kind of your North Star, your guiding light, to be like, all right, this is the bigger picture. This is why I'm doing it. So let me put my head down and keep on going and keep on doing it.
Definitely. And I said, like, I hear from God all the time, you know what I'm saying? Like with my visions or ideas or different situations like that, to where, like, I even know, like, the brand isn't my brand. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like an vessel. Ambassador. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I'm being like, God's leading me type of situation, to where, like, do I think, like, I know I'm not just the coolest person everybody want to be around. No, not at all. God is helping me be myself, and open the light to where, like, it might be a situation where we might speak on something, like, it might be an artist, and we might have a conversation, we talking about music, etc. But the deep down reason us even linking up is really to where, like, all right, my job is probably to lead you to Christ. You know what I'm saying? My job, it might be able to where make you feel like, you know what I'm saying, like, all right, you know what, like, bro, when the last time you been to church? You know what I'm saying? And I know I'm not no TD Jakes, you know what I'm saying? I know I'm not no, you know what I'm saying, no saint walking around holy. No, I'm not at all. You know what I'm saying? I work on myself daily. You know what I'm saying? With certain things that I know that I got to get better at. You know what I'm saying? But one of the things is to where, like, all right, for the overall picture, you know what I'm saying? Overall, end all, say all, is to where, like, all right, I know certain individuals that I meet, they might not ever walk into a church. Yeah. They might not ever, but being able to talk with one of my homegirls and, say, like, hey, look, let's pray real quick. You know what I'm saying? See if you got a lot going on, you know what I'm saying? Let's pray, or, you know what I'm saying? Or just listen to a praise and worship song, or tell it, you know what I'm saying? Just certain little vibes like that I know for a fact will, probably, I mean,
where's that giving attitude come from? I feel like, especially, like, again, just with the times
my
and
parents.
Stuff.
Yeah, they come like down, like my parents, like, you know what I'm saying? My mom and dad always been teaching me and right from wrong, or watching a church, or it's been many nights, you know what I'm saying, as a kid or adult, where I might wake up, my whole face annoying up, my mom just praying over me and my brothers and sisters and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? It's different vibes like that. So it basically comes to my parents. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, solid foundation.
Yeah, man. Solid. That's what it comes down to. Solid foundation.
Word.
Yeah.
So I mean, shit, we're halfway through 2025 already.
Yep. The list come the final list in December.
Go.
You know what I'm saying? The final list in December. You know what I'm saying? We did the pre-list, but the real list that's going to drop in, because it's 2025. I can't just drop a list in June, July. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Not give me in college football. Yeah. They got the you know what I'm saying? Pre-list,
preseason rankings.
You know what I'm saying? And then we're gonna have the final list. You know
how that list come about? I mean,
people like, you want my opinion? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. People want my opinion. You want me to say, okay, cool. Look, this is how I feel about this. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I feel like these top artists in the city. I feel like these, you know what I'm saying, the top DJs in the city. I feel like these are the, you know what I'm saying? And at the same time too is, I'm just giving my opinion. But it's really a conversation starter. Yeah. It's really just to give people their flowers. It's not to say, hey, this person is better than you. You suck. Bye. No. Yeah. It might be a situation to where, like, you've been working 3-4 nights out the week, you know what I'm saying, busting your ass, you know what I'm saying, doing your craft, etc. Yeah. But outside of just the money payment wise, you know what I'm saying, are you really kind of getting your flowers? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Are you really getting the acknowledgement from the community? Because no matter who you are, everybody loves to get acknowledgement
Yeah,
of what
accolades. Give them some praise. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So it's one of the vibes. It's a conversation starter. Now, if I did miss somebody, okay, cool. Now it's up to your people in your fan base to be like, hey, you forgot about so and so.
Yeah.
It makes them feel good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's a conversation starter, and a lot of people are sensitive and they don't know how to have a conversation. Like you said, they don't know how to have conversations.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't mind, quote unquote, being a conversation starter or the bad guy to where we can all come to a common ground to like, yeah. You see, you might not know this person, you know what I'm saying? Because you might listen to hip hop, but you might not know this person's numbers are through the roof.
Yeah.
This person is up and coming and they're fire.
Yeah, because I didn't notice it wasn't just rappers on there. It was there's a different different types of genres of music.
Gospel artists. We got artists like Caleb Gordon from Orlando. He's a Christian rapper. Somebody like Alex Jean, he from Orlando. He's a Christian rapper. We have R&B singers. You got artists like Savannah Dexter. She's a Christian. She's a country artist. You know what I'm saying? There's tons of people. There's people like Pig the Gemini, and Squill. You know what I'm saying? That's her brother type of thing. They over in Cali selling out stuff. You know what I'm saying? Selling out different things. You got people like Juju Osborne, you know what I'm saying? He's writing for Lil Wayne and doing songs with Big Sean and stuff like that. To where the most quote unquote in the city popular people that people want to just give them their praise for the next 20 years and they can't move type of idea. They music came out in 2011. That's cool. No take from them. You know what I mean? This ain't no street accolades or how much drugs you sold or what you did in the streets. But when we talking about the music thing, we gotta give the people they flowers. We gotta let these people know, like, hey, these people are doing amazing things in different walks of life. Yeah. So
how are you able to stay tapped into so many different things? Because I kind of do the same thing as far as I have my interests that I like, but then I try to again keep my ear to different things that might be relevant and things like that. But it kind of spreads yourself thin, and it gives you opportunity to miss certain things and things like that. So how is it that you are able to spread yourself so thin, but stay involved and stay tapped in like that?
Because it's like this is what I want to do. It's not like there's people who hit me up. They're like, "Hey, Chap, you dropping too much content. You don't give the people too much. Like, why? Who cares? Like, you know what I'm saying? The algorithm is going faster than ever. You know what I'm saying? Like, who cares? Like, if I drop a artist list, a DJ list, a producer list, like, who cares? Now, yes, can you quote unquote monetize it longer and then try to Andre 3000 the content? Yeah, you can. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, why not? Let it go. You know what I'm saying? I got other stuff going on. I got a community event that I gotta get ready for. You know what I'm saying? I got a situation I'm finna do with one of my good friends. He's a roofer. His name is Jordan Edwards. Shout out to Jordan. J. Edwards. You know what I'm saying? I have tons of stuff, going on. So I drop some stuff and I come back around and remix it and a different type of vibes. Like, who cares? You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like we're certain if you don't really have as much going on as like I have going on to it, like, I get it. You know what I'm saying? You thought of this idea and you want to just slow poke. Like, let it go. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, it goes back to just knowing a lot of different people. Yeah. Knowing a lot of different people. And like, even with like my list, what I would do is I would, like, people think it's just me. I'll sit there and send a text to a few different people. Hey, who you feel is the top promoters in the city? Yeah. Who you feel is the top blah blah? They'll send me a list of people. Well, am I looking at it? Oh, okay, yeah, there's a lot. You know what I'm saying? Because there's no right or wrong answer.
Yeah, I mean, lists are so opinion based and things like that. There's and there's only so many. Like, you can go off of stats, but I mean, with music, it's a lot harder because it's so objective. Like, it's what I might like might not be what you like, might not be, but it still doesn't make it bad. No. It just doesn't vibe with me. That's it. Facts. And it kind of. That's where I feel like that's where people start getting butthurt and shit like that. Cause
that's all it is. Let's say with a promoter list, right? Let's say if a promoter list. If I'm black and all I go is hip hop parties, it's
So you mean to tell me these 3,000 people that are selling out? I mean, these 3,000 people, promoters who are selling out clubs who doing EDC. They don't need to be on there. Well, I don't go to EDC events. But what I did was I had people from EDC.
Yeah, and that don't mean it's not hot. That's the thing. How many people live in fucking Orlando? Like it's
tons of people. Like, I had EDC promoters on my list. I had people from the London House. If anybody knows about the London House, you know what I'm saying? You gotta tap in with the London House, you know what I'm saying? There's even people who I even had their promoter, you know what I'm saying? They at Secrets. You know what I'm saying? In Kissimmee. I've never been to Secrets. But I know for a fact, different people who just tell me, they be like, oh yeah, they do this. Hey, shout out to them.
Hey, shout out to fucking DJ Tone Capone. He's a DJ out there. I had him on a couple times. Cool dude. So yeah, but he, it is,
it's all, but at the same time too, it's a conversation starter to where there's people who seen their name on the list and they reached out. We don't even follow each other. They be like, yo, I appreciate it. That's real, bro. Thank you.
And that's it.
Yeah. That's all to start to have a conversation. Boom, to like, hey, okay, cool. Hey, I gotta go link up with you one day. You know what I'm saying? We gotta go tap in and go do something. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. All right, cool.
I just feel like people be taking shit too personal, honestly. And I get it, especially with the artists and things like that, because you're putting your emotion out there. You're making yourself vulnerable and shit like that. And in some cases with music and shit like that. But like, again, it's like life is not as personal as people want to make it. One of my favorite quotes and if you guys listen, this is going to be like the fucking 100th time that I said this shit, but people aren't against you, they're for themselves. Like, it's nothing against you, dog. Like I have not, like you said, I might not even know you. I might not even know who the fuck you are, but like, this is just what the wave is right now. This is what I got back. This is what I'm listening to. Why I pull my resources. Like, for me, there, when I was playing football, I think my junior year I was honorable mentions. My senior year I got second team all conference. Like when I saw that I was honorable mentions, I'm like, damn, that sucks. But it just kind of pushed me to want to be like, I'm trying to make a list. Like fuck all that honorable mention shit. Fuck not being on the list. Like I'm trying to make a list so that different people will take it in different ways. Yeah. So and again, like you said, there's so many different music, so many different scenes. Like so I just had I guess they're considered like slacker rock, but it's like indie alternative rock. I just had them on the podcast, did a little interview with them. And, part of it is like, I do like rap, but like, I do listen to other types of music. So I want to tap into that stuff and things like that. And there's a whole other scene of that indie rock band that I have no idea of, but because I tapped in with them, now I got people following me off of the strength of them. And now I'm able to go tap into that and listen a little bit more and be a little bit more involved. And again, like it's nothing personal. It's nothing just at all. Timing is a hell of a thing.
I even had Matchbox 20 on my list. They were like, bro, who's Matchbox 20? I'm like, that's my point. To where I'm like, you don't even know Matchbox 20 is from Orlando.
And they have hits.
They're like, bro, but that's an old night. No, they're on their 25th anniversary tour right now. Yeah. So I'm gonna give them their flowers. Shout out to Matchbox 20.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
real.
So it's just so many different types of different people. They be like, you're just in your bubble. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's have this conversation. Yeah. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing personal. Am I deleting your BMI account? No, I don't have that power. You know what I'm saying? Am I saying your music trash, blackball? No. I'm just giving you my opinion of what I was thinking at the time. You know what I'm saying? And just rolling things out. And I like to meet people.
And like you said too, it's only halfway through the year. You're putting one out, so that's like that. I feel like that should give the motivation to be like, bet we still got a whole other half of the year. Like, let's make some shit happen.
Let's go. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, when you see that list drop around that Thanksgiving, December, you know what I'm saying? Merry Christmas, nigga.
Yeah, it might be a completely different list. Who knows?
A whole other list. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? But there's people working. I ain't gonna lie. I got so many messages from people saying like, hey, you motivated me, blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying?
That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, content creators like, hey, you know what? I'm finna drop every week. I'm gonna get on this list. You know what I'm saying? To like, yes, like that's what it is. We just having conversations. Let's promote. Let's go.
But that's the people who are gonna, rise above. Those are the people who are actually gonna make a name for themselves because they're not scared. One, they're not scared of the criticism. Two, they're not scared of hard work. And those are two things that you can't be scared of if you're trying to make something of yourself.
No facts at all.
Like you gotta be able to take some constructive criticism. You gotta be able to hear some things that you might not want to hear. And then you also gotta, be able to take that shit and manifest it and use it as the right type of fuel, like positive fuel to level yourself up, get to the next level, get in front of the right people, get get the right ears on or the right eyes on whatever it is that you're doing. And then, like you say, sky's the limit after that. Like,
you know what I'm saying? Like, even when I say like Scott, like I don't limit myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really feel like with the right game plan, the right team, you know what I'm saying, type of situation, right, the right way to present things, I feel like I can do whatever. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I know for a fact it's a structure. You gotta have it organized. You gotta have a right team because you can't do everything. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, and the way you present things, I know, and I really feel honestly that I can accomplish whatever. So at the same time too, if certain people don't feel the same way about themselves, like, you know what I'm saying? That's why even with certain
that's a damn thing.
Yeah. Like people I had so many artists through the years ask me to be their manager. And the reason why I haven't had an artist, like where I've been an artist manager, is because like I feel like I'm a type of person, I don't hold back relationships. Yeah. I'm a type of person where if I rock with you, I want you to meet everybody I know. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I want everybody to know, like, hey, I'm rocking with this person. And it's not just off of their music. I rock with people off of, I'm saying, like, you're my friend. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm rocking with you, I'm rocking with you. You know what I'm saying? I just haven't met somebody where I like, you know what, I want to give all my relationships to. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not gonna hold back nothing. I want you to meet King Griffey Jr. I want you to meet Dan Morgan. I want you to meet any and everybody who I know in my phone in some kind of way. Yeah. Hey, go do this. You know what I'm saying? Look, I heard they finna, do that. Hey, look, do a jingle for this. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what? Boom. Hey, why don't you go here and do that? You know what I'm saying? Hey, why don't you write for this person? Hey, this person up and coming. Yeah. Hey, you should do a feature with this person. You know what I'm saying? It's a certain type of vibe, but I feel like I can't go harder than you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But there is an artist who I definitely rock with a long way, and it's like deeper than just music. His name is EA Longway. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I had him on a couple times. Yeah, Shout out my dog EA.
I rock with EA Longway heavy. He's great people. But jumping, there's a few things that I got, events that I got coming up, right? Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna go in order. So July 5th, we're going to Coco. So one of the things is to where I know a lot of different people in Orlando, but I want to expand this whole Central Florida area more. So we're gonna go to Coco at Aqua Lounge. Me and my partners from Duo We Want to Do podcast. We're throwing the event at Aqua Lounge. Shout out to Jimmy. He's the owner of Aqua Lounge. Good people. Then we're doing an event on July 20th. Me, HB, and DJ DK. DJ DK, DJ of the year 2 years in a row, by the way. You know what I'm saying? We're throwing a Facebook party. There's been many times where people, they'd be on Facebook daily, weekly, and they talk to the people weekly, daily, but they never got to meet the people on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? So we're doing a Facebook party where people can network. You know what I'm saying? Business owners can come and throw their business polos on and everything like that, and now you can meet the different people. There's gonna be artists gonna be able to tap in, people who been shooting your shot at this girl DM for like last six months. She ain't respond because she don't.
Now you see me in person, it's a different game.
Like, dang, okay, cool. Yeah, I've been following you, bro, since 2028. I mean, 2018. Oh, for real? Like, wow, okay. You know what I'm saying? So we're doing a Facebook party. So it's gonna be super dope. We're doing that downtown Cosmo. Shout out to Mello. That's on July 20th. But the big vibe, and I would love for you to come, is Content Z, July 27th. So we're doing Content Z, and for anybody who don't know what Content Z is, this is gonna be the third one. Content Z is a media day for the content creators, right? So it's for business content creators, right? So let's say I met a whole bunch of different type of content creators, and they kind of say the same thing. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to figure out how to monetize their platform more, you know what I'm saying? In different situations. So me knowing business owners need promotion and marketing for their business. You know what I'm saying? They would love to have a content creator be able to come shoot up their algorithm or get them more business, right? Okay, cool. But then also there's videographers and photographers who have thousands and thousands of dollars worth of equipment. They're just collecting dust.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they would love to be able to meet a content creator to where they can follow them and create content and do business, etc. So it's content creators, business owners, videographers, and it is the average people who want to be content creators or just want to learn or get to meet their favorite content creator on social media because they only get to see them on skits and stuff like that. So it's Content Z. It's gonna be like we're gonna have live food reviews. We're gonna have Q&As. We're gonna have a panel. We're gonna have dance competitions. It's gonna be amazing. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to J Jinx 407. Me J Jinx 407. Long Way. Dog Man and myself. We're gonna put together Content Z. It's amazing. This is gonna be the third one. Super dope. We're gonna have business owners there. I see my partner, Jordan Edwards, very, very successful roofer. He also owns a company where they do live ripping, card rippings. Where people like with like Pokemon cards, sports cards, all of that. They're gonna do live card rippings. They're gonna be there. So it's gonna be super dope. Content Z. We're gonna have where people you can ask your favorite content creator, like, what was your first YouTube check? Or when did you know that you was going to do this? Or what camera you use? And all the different type of vibes like that. It's going to be super amazing. We'll be at Experience Lounge from 3 to 8 on July 27th. So those are like the next few events they got coming up. We got some more community events that's going to come in between there. We just working.
Bet. Hey, yeah, no, I'm definitely going to try and, tap into some of those because that's kind of where I'm at right now.
We'd love to have you, like, literally, like, you come set up, do the interviews. You know what I'm saying? You can set up your whole setup because we're going to have different, and we have podcast areas. I didn't tell you that part. Yeah. We have podcast areas. We're going to have different podcasts that are doing amazing things in the city, not just in the city, but Central Florida area. Yeah. They're going to be able to, do interviews, but it's going to be an organized vibe to where you're going to know what person's coming, what business person's coming, and you're going to be able to create content, meet the different people, and get your brand out there in different ways as well. Yeah,
fuck, yeah. Damn, yeah. Count me in there because, like I said, I'm at that point where I need to start getting my face back out there and start, shaking hands and making that face-to-face connection and, letting people know what I'm about over here. So yeah, definitely I'm gonna tap into that and we got each other on Instagram, so I'll keep in contact with you that way. But
what's up, Felicia?
Yeah, man, that shit is and I admire what you do and your view and what you're doing around the city and things like that, and like I said, how you're uplifting and trying to bring people up. So that's something that I admire in anybody that is trying to put on from where they're from. Yeah. Shit, that's home. Shit.
Yeah. And I know for a fact I'm just doing my part. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? To where like I'm doing my part and I like to link with people. You know what I'm saying? One of my favorite things is collaboration over competition. To where like I'm just doing my part and I would love to link with other people that's doing their part to where now we can make it bigger. You know what I'm saying? To like where I'm talking about like big. Like I said, my vision is so big. I don't even like speaking on it because sometimes with the wrong energy and you're like, I don't even want to get into it. But vision wise, I'm like complex. You know what I'm saying? TED Talk. You know what I'm saying? Like this big type of situations. You know what I'm saying? Like say if it's like a like I said with clothing brands. Gucci isn't worried about Louis Vuitton. Louis Vuitton isn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? They can literally be right next to each other. Like, you're not stopping me. I'm not stopping you.
You go to the Mall Millennia, they're all right.
They're right there next to each other. And they're chilling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got contracts all through the world. You know what I'm saying? So the same thing to it, like, why not? Why can't we do that? Why can't we come together and throw an amazing event and give an opportunity and a platform for people that you grew up with, people I grew up with, people who might want to be able to meet you or might not know you, but they would love to meet you, and like, why not? Like, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, like, I mean, there's enough for everyone to eat. That's the thing. I think people get kind of caught up in, I got to get mine because there ain't enough. Yeah. But there's enough for everybody to eat. There's enough for everybody to fucking survive and thrive and do what they want to do and chase their dreams. So I think we, again, from the little that I've seen, I think we need to get out of that mindset of, it's me or you type the shit and get more into, like you said, like, community. We're all from the same city. We're all from the same spot. Like, it don't matter. Like you said, we're from the West Side, whether from your, Sanford, Altamont area.
You go to New York. Somebody say, "Oh, where are you from?" "Oh, I'm from Altamont." They be like, "All right, where's that at?" You're like, "Oh, Orlando."
Oh, bet.
East side or west side? South side, north side? No, it ain't on. You know what I'm saying? Same thing to where, like, if you meet somebody from Cali, what they like? You from LA? Like, bro, Cali's huge, bro. Why you think they only from LA? You know what I'm saying? Like, why they only gotta be from LA? You know what I'm saying? You meet somebody from New York, where you from Brooklyn? Be like, well, no, Bronx. Like, you know what I'm saying? So there's so many different type of vibes, but waiting for people, it's not gonna work like that. Yeah. We just have to do it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. We have the mindset. We feel like how we feel. We just have to just step in that, you know what I'm saying, faith in this work. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But everybody isn't supposed to work with each other. That's what I realized with that. You know what I'm saying? Facts. Oil and water don't mix. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So is it for everybody to be like, you know what? We all need to come together and figure this stuff out. All right, so you want 1 million people to sit down at a round table and figure it out? Impossible. It's not gonna work.
It's hard enough to get 2 people on the same page.
Come on now, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You want 1,000 people to sit down and come together and come up with a big plan. No, it might be 4 of y'all. It might be 2 of y'all. It might be 12 of y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's about getting the right people.
It's the right people. Yeah. And then the right people then can make the masses. Happen. You know what I'm saying? But you don't have to sit there and just wait for. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, for sure.
I feel that, man. No, yeah, that shit. I'm for it. So yeah, definitely, I'm gonna tap into that, and I'll get more information from you off that, off the air and shit like that. But I did kind of want to get into a little bit just more of like who you are. What when you're driving down the road, driving down I-4?
Yeah, hey, shout out I-4.
Who are you listening to nowadays? What type of music or what artists you listening to?
Like my favorite is Rod Wave. I love Rod Wave.
That street gospel.
You know what I'm saying? And people be like, "Oh, Rod Wave is." I'm like, bro, I ain't gonna lie. Like, I get inspired when I listen to people like Rod Wave. You know what I'm saying? I like Rod Wave. I like EA Longway. I like Hot Boy. You know what I'm saying? There's different people. I like listening to all different types. I like R&B music. Yeah. R&B music. I like listening to gospel. I like praise and worship music. You know what I'm saying? I like this. It depends on what type of vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like, all depends on what type of vibe. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Drake the best. You know what I mean? Outside, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, we ain't
can't argue that
shit. Know what I mean? So it's a different type of vibe. So I like listening to all different types of music for sure.
Word.
Yeah.
Word, man. Shit.
What you be listening to?
Man, I listen to a lot. I really do listen to a lot of different shit. I guess my favorite artist right now, K Tronada. He's more like a house electronic DJ. Like, he does a lot of like R&B, soul stuff. He's probably one of the best artists out. Very underrated. He don't really get a lot of attention just because of the genre of music he's in. But Drake, I like a lot. Don Toliver, I'm a big fan of Don Toliver.
Yeah. He's nice.
Let's see, who else? I mean,
any local people?
Let's see. Who have let's see. B-Raw the GOAT. Shout out to him. He just put out that Back to the Features mixtape. That was really nice.
I'm sorry, not to cut you off, but July 4th, my brother Tyler Yahweh dropping. I Can Be Petty Too. You know what I'm saying? That's finna go crazy. You know what I'm saying? I feel, but he is. Tyler Yahweh, he the biggest artist that ever came out of Orlando.
Well, yeah, I mean,
you know what I'm saying? Outside,
when he linked up with Post, I mean, that did. Actually, I went to high school with him.
Tyler the biggest for sure.
Yeah,
and he stood going. You know what I'm saying? Multi-platinum Grammys. You know what I'm saying? Art Tyler like that. You know what I'm saying? For sure.
Yeah, I mean, I've listened to some of his stuff. I fuck with it. Mm-hmm. I would like to have him on the podcast. Just like I said, just because we, he dropped out, but we had summer school together.
Yeah,
he was a cool dude. But that would be cool to have him on the podcast, shit like that. But
Isaiah Falls like that too. They were like, you don't listen to Isaiah Falls. Isaiah Falls is like that. Isaiah Falls is on the tour going crazy.
Yeah, he's from Orlando too, right?
Yeah, Isaiah Falls is from Orlando.
Yeah.
Isaiah Falls is from Orlando. He's doing amazing things. You know what I'm saying? Isaiah Falls, Darren Milano, you know what I'm saying? Tyler, Danny Towers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We have a lot of talent.
Yeah, the talent's there. It's just, trying to get it together in the city. But yeah, B-Roll the GOAT, fuck with him. Tony Rose, he just dropped a summer EP that's pretty hot. So tap into that. Tony Rose, Pharaoh the Great.
Yeah,
he's pretty good.
Hey, Tony, he got some gas.
Yeah.
Tony got some gas. You know what I'm saying? You might get he's cool. I mean, these are all guys that I've had on the podcast and I've been able to sit down and talk to and things like that. So, No, I already said about Caleb Gordon. Caleb Gordon crazy. Caleb Gordon, Alex Jean, all of them. They're like that. Yeah. They're like that for sure. Flash Gordon. Now people sleep on Flash, right? So Flash Gordon, so his name is Nick Gordon.
Yeah.
So he's a baseball player, MLB. You know what I'm saying? His music is like that. He just signed with Rock Nation. Oh, so he already signed with Rock Nation on the sports.
Yeah.
But he also now signed on the music side of things.
Music? Oh damn.
Yeah. So Flash Gordon, you're gonna definitely, you're gonna be able to bring that back. Like, damn, Chapman told me about Flash. Flash Gordon, he's, you know what I'm saying? Him and so his best friend is Jazz, who played for the New York Yankees.
All right.
I messed up Jazz last name, so I ain't gonna say it. But number 13.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But Jazz got some music though. But yeah, Flash Gordon for sure. He's definitely for 2025. He's my sleeper pick.
Word.
He's my pick to be like, all right, it's gonna be like a boom. Like his music sound like that Travis Scott, that Don Toliver.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of times some artists, their inspiration of certain artists or what they rap about, they quote unquote can't afford.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Flash can afford it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Stuff that he's saying when he's saying about Lambos and Bentleys.
That's real talk.
That's really his life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
His dad was in the league.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And that baseball money.
Yeah, his dad was in the league.
Yeah.
His older brother was in the league.
I bet.
D Gordon. Shout out to D Gordon with a Black Farm going crazy. But, there's a whole lot of Fistine vibe going on. You know what I'm saying? He has a Raw label. Shout out to July, the producer. The producers in the city are very, whoa. The producers in Orlando are on fire. You got people like who's from Orlando. You got, of course, like AO, the producer. You got somebody like 94 Skirt. July, the producer. You got Saki, you got Cosmic, the producers. I can go on about the producer. The producers are on fire. Y'all keep doing y'all thing. I definitely give y'all flowers. I definitely give y'all, you know what I'm saying, VVS Hot Boy. You got what's his name? Leak That's Fire. Like the producers in Orlando are definitely on a whole nother level for sure.
Producer, I'm a big, when I listen to music, I'm definitely big on beat and productions and things like that. And that, to me, producers are the foundation. So,
yes,
you gotta, and now, I mean, before it wasn't as big, but now you have the superstar producers,
yes.
The Metros, the fucking.
Yes. And that's the thing about even with Orlando, like how Atlanta embrace people like Metro and everything like that. We have that. Like, you know what I'm saying? People don't be like, bro, we have it, bro. AO, the producer, is, bro, like he's on a whole nother few levels. You know what I'm saying? But it is the fact that like people are, oh, I know him or I seen him before. He's from don't overlook what's going on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't, you know what I'm saying? Them points and them buckets that they putting up, give them people their flowers. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, like where it's like, when they say the thing like, finish your breakfast, you know what I'm saying? Finish your food before you trying to look for the next plate, next thing like that. We have to show these people who are actually like literally doing numbers, not just local famous or they just doing this or they just in their mindset think just because they did this or they no. Look what they're actually doing in the placements that they have. You know what I'm saying? There are people like Mickey, you know what I'm saying? Mickey Alexander, you know what I'm saying, on Kanye's project and you know what I'm saying? Different type of vibe like that. It's like they're going so crazy to where like people overlook it. There's some people who might not know because they might not know the industry ins and out. But for the people who know, we have to give these people their flowers and let these people know, like, yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? We got to give people like DJ Nasty their flowers. We got to give people like Ricky Padilla their flowers. We got to give people like DJ D Strong their flowers.
Ricky Padilla, I haven't heard that name in a fucking hot minute.
Like, they're still going so strong in so many different lanes to where they're like, you have to understand what they're doing. And if you're not understanding what they're doing, it's only because you don't want to really understand in certain ways. You know what I'm saying? Like, for people who be in a face. Now, there's somebody like, oh, hey, you know, I might not know. But for the people who know, you gotta give people their flowers. You know what I'm saying? You gotta
for sure.
give them, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
I feel like with that too, it makes people, when you give people their flowers, it kind of makes them want to give back a little bit more and put on a little bit more too. And it's, I feel like, when you're hating, it's kind of counterproductive, especially when you're somebody that's from the city that, wants your city to be put on, but won't show respect to certain people. And it's like, all right, those are the people you got to show respect to because those are the people who can help out. Yeah. So like, it's a counterproductive thing. They
put their 20 plus 30 years in the industry. You know what I'm saying? To like, yo, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's this dude, his name is Hollywood East, right? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Chris Turner. Chris Turner, he is the senior vice president for Capitol Records.
Oh shit.
From Orlando. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, from Orlando. Putting up big boy numbers. His artist right now is what's her name? Doshi.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
You know what I'm saying? She's just
she's going off right now.
You know what I'm saying? Also with Tusi. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like he's been doing this thing. You know what I'm saying? But if like, oh, okay, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I know. Like, no. You know what I'm saying?
People trying to downplay
that's
shit.
Not like I feel like, quote unquote, not say job, but my reason to like, no, we're gonna let these people know there's people who are doing amazing things that, you know what I'm saying, like, you know what I mean, that get slept on, but it's only by, I ain't gonna say nobody because I feel like everybody's somebody, but it's to people who just, you know what I mean? So we're not gonna let y'all's negative energy and y'all just don't want to look to mess up the city for everybody. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Just because y'all want to, okay, y'all go over there, okay, I'm gonna give these people their flowers. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give the H Dots their flowers. I'm gonna give DJ DK their flowers. I'm gonna give Mello their flowers. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make sure Curvo Dolo, you know what I'm saying, and the Just Ballers and all the different type of content creators that are doing amazing things. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give it to them. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give Morgan their flowers, man. Shout out to Morgan Offices Orlando, man. Dan, you fan. I feel like Morgan, they the new Disney family.
Shit, I mean,
yeah, I feel Morgan, they're the new Disney.
They're big enough.
Sure.
Fuck.
You know what I'm saying? You
can't go. I feel like you can't at this point. You can't go anywhere in the country without seeing some Morgan shit.
They're the biggest law firm in the country.
Yeah, they'll let you know about that shit too.
They did a whole. They got a whole contract with UFC. Yeah. Whole contract with WWE. Yep. You know what I'm saying? And different type of vibe like that. To be like, bro, like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm gonna do. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give flowers and recognition and different vibes where credit is given.
Give credit where credit is due. And I think that's a good trait to have. Again, because you put your ego to the side, you put your pride to the side. Regardless of what you might feel like, you gotta respect certain shit. Whether you like the person or not, there's just certain things that people do that you gotta respect, and that's it. Facts. And it doesn't have to be anything more than that. No, it's just that's what it is.
No fact. And also too, just come on my little roll.
Go ahead.
I want to give a big shout out to my little sister. My little sister, she started her own school, her own private school.
Oh shit!
Yeah, nice. So my little sister always been super smart. She graduated from Rollins College. Nice. You know what I'm saying? She got her master's from University of Florida. She got into the Orange County Public School type of thing like that. She's been a teacher for I think the last 4 or 5 years. Yeah. But now her and her team jumped out in faith and they started their own private school.
Damn.
Yeah, so I3 Academy. They just got their building over in Winter Park. Nice. So they're super excited about that. You know what I'm saying? So I want to definitely give a shout out to her. You know what I'm saying? She put a lot of time, effort into it. So
Yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah,
shit, call LeBron James starting her own school.
Yeah, real deal, facts.
Hey, that's what's up. Nah,
yes,
like,
yes.
and that's the thing too. Like, how can you hate on that? How can you hate on somebody trying to, again, like bring up the community, like do something from where they're from, and like help people out and bring people up, and especially giving people education, knowledge. That's nothing you can't ever take away somebody's knowledge.
No, and right now, even with the government, they're giving funding for private schools and everything like that.
Yeah.
So this is a perfect time for my sister and her team, Flash and her team, to do what they're doing. So this is perfect. So like they're now enrollment is open for it, things like that. So if you feel like your kid isn't getting the best education, or they can get better education, and like say these classrooms are so big, and the teachers are only being able to do so much type of situation like that. You can get into a smaller environment, and get the best out of it. Definitely want to tap into I3 Academy for sure.
Hey, shout out to I3 Academy. That's dope. That's you don't hear a lot of people opening up new schools.
And it's huge. You know what I'm saying? So it comes with the community. You know what I'm saying? It's going to need. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna need donations. They're gonna need different things like books. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna need any and everything to help out with a situation like that. These are 3 African American women. They're just want to help out in the community and expand.
And when does it open?
Soon as school start next year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So soon, it was so funny. Soon as the school ended, this year, like a week later, they launched and started
for everything.
Nice.
For
everything like that. Yes.
Hey, well, yeah. I mean, I hope all the best for her. That's an amazing thing. That's a great thing. So, yeah, man. Well, I guess we got. Damn, I saw an hour and 15 in. Yeah. So I mean, we'll wrap it up there. I appreciate you for coming on. It definitely, it motivates me. That I got my hard work's paying off. I got people looking at me. I got eyes on me, and I'm getting in front of the right people. So I definitely appreciate it. I appreciate you reaching out.
Brother. It's all love.
Yeah. So anything else you want to shout out? I know you just went on like 15 minutes of shouting people out. But
you know what I'm saying? You can follow my Instagram page at I4Chapman. You can follow my my 501c3, my nonprofit page at NWO_foundation. You can follow my entertainment page at NWO_ENT. If you like to get merch, hats, hoodies, t-shirts, or anything like that, you can follow the Orlando vs. the World Instagram page.
Word.
I'm on Facebook, Stirring the Pot at Stir DA Pot. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? I'm just moving around. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, in the words of Deion Sanders, I ain't hard to find.
Hey. Well, man, I appreciate you. I appreciate you for coming on. This is episode 221 of the No Hangover Podcast. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, rate, follow across all our platforms. We're on YouTube. We're on Spotify. We're on Apple Podcasts. Catch us on our socials. On Instagram at No Hangover, and on TikTok at No_Hangover. I4Chapman. I appreciate you, brother.
Love, family. Appreciate you.
I hope we could do this again sometime. I'm gonna tap into those events and start showing out and start making some connections outside of here. So I look forward to those. Everybody love everybody. Deuces.
Teamwork, brother.
Yes, sir.